Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Last Epoch. Today, we're going to be showcasing a build I have put together and discovered recently, and I'm calling it the Father Nature build. Only because I'm calling it Father Nature is because the character you play as is a male. Otherwise, it would be Mother Nature. But we're going with Father Nature. And I'm going to run down this build real quick for you. So, okay. The game automatically respect my skills for me. That's fine. No big deal. That actually makes it better for the showcasing. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going down. Let me show you over here, actually. We're picking the Primalist as the base class. And then we're going to be speccing into Shaman. Now, Shaman's Mastery is really cool because it gives you five less mana on totem costs, 10 attunement. That is huge. Like, these don't give you stat boosters. This gives you a companion. This gives you health and mana. But that gives you, I guess that's a stat booster. But this gives you 10 whole attunement, which, if you look right now, is crazy. Like, if those are my stats right now, an extra 10 attunement, I'm basically going to be immune to the elements. Because attunement gives me elemental protection. Now, it also gives me damage on skills that are attunement based, which would be Maelstrom, Tornado, Tempest Strike, Earthquake, Avalanche, and my totems. So those are very good reasons why. And then, if I control a totem, my elemental protections are doubled. Like, as if I couldn't get any more stronger. But, for the base class of Primalist, there are a few specific ones you have to go for. So, since we're doing totems, we're going to be replacing the Saber-Tooth Tiger with the Storm Totem. So we have the extra 2-minute elemental protection here. I could have gone with the strength and the extra health regeneration. That wouldn't have been too bad. Another option is this one, which gives you health and your minions health. Your storm totems have a minion key tag on them, so they still count to get that extra health from them. But otherwise, I went with this one to get me more attunement and then some extra elemental protection. This one, Tempest Born. Bonus physical, cold, and lightning damage. Okay, someone's talking in the background of this game, and it's annoying me. Let me just teleport to the area we need to be in. Sorry about that. I didn't realize there was going to be someone talking this whole time. Rude. Anyway. So, just pop him out in case I get attacked. Alright, so this is Tempest Born. Gives me physical, cold, and lightning damage. That's basically everything you're doing. Everything has one of those three on it, so the fact that it has a 35% increase to all of them, certain abilities that proc all of those damages. Let's say I have, right here, Tempest Strike, which will deal all three of those damage types. That's basically 105% extra damage if all three elements proc at the same time. Crazy. Well, it's always dealing physical. It's always dealing physical, the Tempest Strike. But it has the additional chance to do the others. So this is you and your minions deal 35% increased damage, spell damage. I gotta specify. So that would be like Tempest Strike is a spell. It's one of the few melee skills that are count as a spell, and I like that because this is boosting it up further that way. As well as Tornado is a spell, Maelstrom's a spell. Yeah, every of these things is a spell, so it's really, really good to have that in there. And these both tag into this one, Thorn Bond, so technically you only need one, but this just is stacked so beautifully together, you kind of want both anyway. Otherwise, your other options, if you took this one, you do every 3 seconds, your next hit restores a little bit of health. You can go back down here and get the strength, increased minion damage, increased melee damage, so there are some options you can grab, but then we come here, to Thorn Bond, you deal 20% increased damage, and that's doubled if you have an active minion. So right now I have the active minion of Sabretooth, but that's going to get replaced with the Storm Totem. So that's going to be our active minion there. So we're going to have 40% bonus damage at almost all times if we can keep it up permanently. So then we come down to Shaman here. I just unlocked the Tornado ability, which is really cool. Right now I'm working on this. It grants more attunement and mana regen. This is a heavy mana costing build, so you do need as much mana and mana regeneration as possible in this. The next row I'm not decided just yet where I'm going, but our abilities. So I did some rewiring. So I started with Ice Thorns. When I got to level 4, I specialized in Ice Thorns. Then I saved Tempest Strike for this spot, still there. After that, I did Fury Leap in this slot just to test it out. It has a really cool ability where lightning bolts rains down on nearby enemies where you leap. That's really, if you feel like Thor, like you just come in from a mile away and then you just hear this crackling thunder as lightning bolts rain down from the sky. You really feel like Thor. Gives me another idea for another cool build, but I'll do that another time. And then where was I? Oh yes, and then I put Maelstrom. That's pretty much going to be the biggest part of this build because you're doing Tempest Strike, which is a melee-based ability, and you're going to have Maelstrom here, which is a aura that so watch. So melee has this, and it procs an element of either cold, lightning, or physical. And then Maelstrom is a stacking aura that I can cast, and it lasts X seconds. Naturally it lasts 8, but you can spec it to last longer. Right now mine lasts about 12 seconds. So I can keep, as long as I have mana, I can keep stacking it. So it's up to 5 stacks right now. 6, 7, and it's kind of falling off at 7 and 6. So yeah, that's why you want to have as much mana as possible so you can keep spamming that. And that's going to freeze. So the main reason why we're working with that is because that's going to have the option to freeze nearby enemies, so that way it gives us the ability to stay alive longer and just smack down bosses and waves of opponents. It did respec upon loading in. Again, this game's in beta, so it's going to do weird things like that. So we're going to do the increased duration here to unlock this, to increase damage and increase the mana cost. I don't want to increase the mana cost, but I have to for this node because we're trying to get to here. Killing an enemy has a 5% chance per point to create a stack of Maelstrom. Now that's going to be really good. I kill an enemy and I have at max rank, it'll be a 25% chance. So 1 in 4 times I will I will gain a stack of Maelstrom for free. And that's going to save me on mana. So I'm trying to see if that's going to work very well. If it does have a 2-second cooldown. So hopefully, if you think 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, kill. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, kill. It's not the worst thing in the world, but at only a 25% chance, who really knows? And there's some other, and we can come down here, which we're going to come down here, and lower the mana efficiency. So if I do need to still cast it manually on a regular basis, this will be our saving grace. But we're going to avoid that for now, just in case I don't need to cast it. Tempest Strike. So another part of this build is lots of AoE damage, because you're going to be surrounded by the Maelstrom, and then all Tempest Strike stuff is AoE based. So there's 3 cool nodes in here. We have this one, Hailstorm, Charged Stone, and what? I actually never read this node until just now. Tempestuous. Okay. What's really cool is it's 2 abilities proccing at once. So if Lightning Bolt and Northern Winds is procced, you get a Tempest around your character. This is if Earth Spikes and Lightning Bolt procs, you get a Charged Stone around you. And if Earth Spikes and Northern Wind procs, you get a Hailstorm around you. So we're trying to naturally each ability has a 20% chance to cast. So we're trying to boost the rate at which these elements proc, so that way they can proc all these at once. And then the final node is going to be Perfect Storm. If all three are cast the exact same hit, it causes an explosion which deals all three elements. So it's going to be crazy damage coming out. So right now we have these 6 points here. So Hailstorm is cool. I saw it earlier, but now that I have a chance to respec, I'm going to fiddle around a little bit. We do have lots of cold damage, so let's get a little bit of... I'm really curious. Since we're going to be going to Perfect Storm, let's kind of work toward this a little. So we're going to go 1. This unlocks here. So 2, 3, and then 4. So now we have this one unlocked. So if I get cold and lightning damage at the same time, from this ability specifically, it will proc this Tempestuous. I'm tempted to do that just to see if it'll proc randomly. You know what? Let's do this. Now we're going to do... I'm curious. You know what? Yeah, let's just do this so we can hopefully see it work in action. And then this wants Northern Wind, so we're going to come over here to give another 5% chance here. These abilities only go up to level 20. So we have to be very mindful to get to min-max wherever we can. So maxing these things out may be nice, and you know, in your head you're like, oh yeah, let's get as much as we can. But to get as many different procs to go off at once, we're going to have to min-max in this area. So I only need 1 point here, which is fine, because over here, this gives an extra 3% for each spell. So it's going to be a 15% on all of them. So right now, they're each at a 20, these and this, so Lightning and Ice at a 25% chance, because it's a native 5, yeah, a native 20 with this 5% extra here. Earth Spikes is currently still only at 20% until I put a point there. So what I'm thinking of, see, this node is cool because it gives Northern Winds 25% chill chance and Hailstorm 20% chill chance. This one increases the area effect of Earthquake. I don't think I need the area of effect. Let's cast a Thorn Totem. Ooh, free totems is really nice. That actually might be something I want to look into. But right now, let's worry about that. Getting this. Tornado is really cool. And what I like is if you kind of look at the way the nodes are set up, from the center, this is the eye of the storm, they're kind of swirling in this direction. They're all kind of like, this area especially, it's like flowing, and this kind of keeps the flow going. It's really cool how they did that. Whether it was on purpose or not, I don't know, but that's really cool. So what's interesting is some people point out these little circles in the background here. These circles actually do mean something. If you look here, so this circle here is highlighting these 3 spells. So it's Power of the Storm, which wants you to have 6 stacks to get strike someone with lightning. It's circling this, lowering the stack of that, and this giving you extra strike enemies. This is circled by itself. And people then speculate that when they're singly circled, it pretty much is a key item, and it is. This is key because it gives you a chance to get it for free. This is key for select builds because this converts the cold damage into physical. And then this is another key for select builds because you can only have 1 stack, but it doubles the damage, so that effectively, what would 2 stacks be, and then doubles the healing. So if this is a healing ability, so that's for so this is for druids. This would be for a physical-based character, the lightning circle, free ability. Now this is weird because they both activate when something reaches 0. So this says when your Maelstrom Strikes reach 0, you have a 10% chance to summon Twisters. That's pretty cool. Oh, my Maelstroms were out. Here, have some Twisters. And this one says when your Maelstrom Strikes reaches 0, release a Tsunami. So it's like, oh, okay, so I throw out random Twisters and I throw out just a Tsunami. So that's another link right there. When we look at the Tornado, This is the Eye of the Storm. It's the only... Oh, no, there's a circle down there, kind of, right here. Because these three are fire. These are the only three things in here, and it turns into a fire NATO. So that's why that's kind of circled. It's within a circle. But this one is cool. I am not speccing into it, but it is really cool. What is it? Tornadoes you cast attach to you and move with you. In theory, that would be very good, because as I can run through the area, they'll keep on me. But I like this ability here. Mana efficient. I have a chance to cast a second tornado for free. Now, this is giving me increased duration. I need at least 3 points here to get this. I'm going to do all 4 points here. Because I want to cast for, 25 mana to get 2 tornadoes. That's pretty good. That's, I believe the mana efficiency is... Where is it? Right here. The mana efficiency is over here. Which... Oh, increase... Oh, yeah. Mana efficiency there. Where is... There was something, I think it was over here. This increases its damage, but increases its mana cost. So it's like... But yeah, and then right now we're going to be a far way away before we get to another specialization. But the specialization for 34 and 49, one of which has to be the Storm Totem, which is this guy here. I'm debating on Earthquake or Avalanche, because this says channeled on it, and I'm curious if that means... I mean, assuming, based on what channeled means, I sit there and I have to constantly cast that in order to keep it going. Yeah, it drains 30 mana per second while channeling. Okay, yeah, so if I just did my job and read, I'd understand what this skill does. Okay. Initial mana cost can't be reduced below 1. So it's basically 30. I don't know why there's even a 0 mana cost. So I cost 1, and then... So it's like 1 mana, 1 Mississippi, 30 mana, 2 Mississippi, 30 mana, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this would be an interesting spell to see. Otherwise, Earthquake's probably going to be the choice. Because again, I can't sit here and channel mana when I want other spells to go off. This costs 55 mana, and I'm only at 60. That's like a one and done spell. But anyway, let me just show you guys Tornado, because it's really cool. Like, you know how in Diablo, there's like those tiny little... is it Diablo? Yeah, Diablo, they have the tiny little energy twisters. This is a full-blown tornado, like... Yeah. I was impressed when I saw this spell. I was like, what? That's crazy. But anyway, let's get on with this. And I'm actually going to try to keep focused to see if I can get the Forgotten Cave. Yeah, let's go in here. Oop. They all died. But you see how effective that Maelstrom was? It kept the spider frozen, so I didn't take any damage from it. And that's a key part. So we might do actually look into... We might actually want to look into the freezing aspect of Maelstrom. So, what you just saw there, that was the lightning strike from Tempest. If you see, like, earth spikes around the foot of enemies, it's very hard to see. That was Tsunami. There it is. Oh! Oh! And there it is. There's the Tempest around me. And it follows me, which is nice. That's pretty good. Hailstorm did not follow me, so that's why I was like, ugh. That's why I went try a different path, but that follows me. And that looks like it stacks right on top of Maelstrom, so I can have some extra AoE circulation there. Okay, so let's see. You and your minions get extra health. Every 3 seconds, your next melee attack deals additional cold damage. 5% chance against lightning when hit. Oh, so I'm getting hit and I cast lightning. Okay. Increase attack speed per attacks and cast speed when you have an active totem. That's gonna be pretty good. But I'm curious. Let's see here. Oh, this is another extra health regen. That's that. That's more 2 mana efficiency. So I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna really hardcore down into this. Normally I do like 5, 10, 15. I kind of keep the scale going, but I think I'm gonna really delve deep into the Shamanic Infusion, because I really want to get extra mana efficiency. And this means it'll be a 16% increased when maxed out. So that's going to be really, really nice how much mana regen I get, which I can check on my inventory. So I have 11 mana a second. Or I can press C and open here. So it just covers the whole thing, which is a little annoying. So 11 mana regeneration. If you look, these are all my elemental protections here, except for Void, Necrotic, and Poison. So it's basically mostly Lightning, Cold, Fire. And Void hits like a truck. If you play this game, you know Void hurts. So that's why I've kind of got a lot of items here with Void protection on them. Alright, so I'm not doing too bad. Alright, let's continue on. So I'm really hoping that I can get that Storm Totem as soon as possible, even though I can't spec into it. Oh, that's the other thing I should mention, is that since this game is still in beta, it may or may not. Let's see, where is it? Here. So you look at Terra's Blessing, Healing Wind, and Serpent Strike. These are really helpful for a Druid build, because they're healing based and this is poison based. So it's very, very hard for druids to be a real thing right now. Well, excuse me, selective druids to be a thing right now, because these don't have that little, see the little like node icon? It essentially means that it has a tree of connecting nodes. So these don't have it currently. When the game fully comes out, of course, like I've said in previous videos, it will have it, but right now they don't have it because it's the beta. So I'm really glad that Tornado has a node, and we're relying on Earthquake and Avalanche to have nodes. I'm pretty sure since they redid how the mastery system works, they made sure each of the mastery abilities have a tree. Because they completely, these abilities used to just be sitting on the side here. Oh, when you get enough points in, you get it. But they made it so when you master into something, oh, now you get it for free, which is really nice. That was a great update that they did there. So I'm assuming they went out of their way to say, okay, if we're going to do this mastery skill, if we're going to make it so when you master into something, you get a skill that signals, wow, I can't talk, that is significant to the class, they were probably like, we should make sure it has a tree to go with it. Okay, so what I'm actually, oh, nice, another tornado point. Okay, so right now I have it so Tornado casts a lightning when it's nearby someone, which is really cool. And I could delve into that, but like I said, I really want to get that extra set of tornadoes. So we're going to go to the duration more. And then one more, so 2 more points in the tornado, and I'll be able to get this free one. And I try to use these as much for ranged parts. So I can just sit there and just cast this on top of them. And it actually kind of does like a gravity effect where it pulls them in and away of where the tornado is. So like he's here, and I just want to pull him this way. And that's going that way, pulls him that way. Oh shit. And he's a tough one. Alright, let's get him out of here. He's a toughie. Nah, nothing procced, which is upsetting. I was hoping something would proc so I can showcase that a little bit. So if you can see, I'm pulling targets away from me so I can actually lessen the threat on top of me when I'm fighting. Okay, let's get some Maelstroms out. And that damage really stacks up quickly, so you can see why we want to focus in on that. Look at that, just walk up dead. That's why I say the Maelstrom is the bread and butter of the build. Because it freezes them and then just allows you to wail on them with Tempest Strike. It's a really cool ability, but it just costs so much, which is why we're focusing on getting it for free upon killing something. Ooh, that's hurting. No, my tiger's bleeding. So I'm just literally just running through. And it's doing all this damage as I'm just standing in their face. Doing almost nothing to them because I'm just running around in circles. I feel like Singed from League of Legends. Just run around in circles and do damage. Don't mind me, I'm just running through. Giving everyone the cold shoulder. Trying to figure out where I need to go. Oh, we got another skill point. Yay. Okay. So here we go. There we go. Put the point there. So 2 more points. 40% increase in mana cost. Ouch. Cost 28. Ugh. I'm hoping this is really good. I mean, at 5% chance, we're not going to really see it as often. But I'll try to keep my eyes open when I get that. Ooh, that's hurting. Yeah, that's all void damage you just saw right there. Nothing really... Ooh, no. Alright, we're pretty much good here, so let's just go back. Yeah, the Forgotten Cave is just like an experience booster area. Just nothing really to it. Just, you know, go in there, kill a bunch of things, and get some extra experience. Alright, but we need to go over to the courtyard. Oh, I wonder. Can I see the ground? I can't tell. Okay. Some areas you can use the Barbarian's Fury Leap to actually get across and skip some spots. Ah, a time rift. That is a mission. The Ancient Forest. Insert Doctor Who music. It like really is like the Doctor Who time warp tunnel. Yeah, like it does that and then it does this loading screen. Like, why can't the time warp be the loading screen? Oh well. Alright. Ooh, and for that, I actually got an upgrade for here. Nice. So we did that, we did that, we did that. Okay, so let's get this extra chill. I think the extra chilling would be nice. Or I could go... extra shock chance. No, because this is going to give me healing. Oh, you know what? Let's get the earth... Increase earth chance. That increased earth chance, I can then get a point into that for the healing on hit, and then a point to that for the charged orb. And then I get a point to that for the extra chill, a point in that, and then we're going to work on up here. This is just going to be extra damage, 2 points in that, and then we'll work on empowerment. So the total is well, level 7, so this will be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... 18. So we're gonna be when we do everything I just said, we're gonna be 18 points. So we're only gonna have 2 levels left over, which is gonna be like oof. Because I can't really if this doesn't seem to work out that well, I'll get rid of it and then I can go 17, 18, 19. Otherwise, with only 18, 19, sorry, 19. Oh no, wait. No. Anyway, I'll be at level 18 when I get that. Right, so it'll be 19, 20. 2 more points, yes. So if I get rid of that, it'll be 18, 19, 20, and I can get an extra 5% chance here. But otherwise, I'm going to worry about this first, because it goes to everything. At low life, an extra chance per cast. Yeah, that's pretty good. fails to proc, I might think about this augury. When it fails to proc, 5% chance per point to proc each effect. So that's pretty good. It pretty much comes down to like, oh, I miss one, so the next one gets an extra 5% chance, and it'll proc on the next one. It's not going to stack as well as it could. Oh, it's 5% chance per point. Ooh. That actually might be the go-to. Otherwise, extra lightning damage, recast itself. Oh, funny thing. This right here can't proc Earth Spikes. 8% chance for the other two. Can't proc Northern Winds. 8% chance for the other two. Can't proc Lightning Bolt. 8% chance for the other two. I'm curious if you spec into all three. If you spec into all three, would the game like, wait, I'm getting an 8% chance, but it says I can't proc the others. So it'll just never proc any element at all. It'll just always be just a plain melee attack. I'm really curious how that would work. But otherwise, yeah, the 8% chance is really nice. I wish I could make use of it. I mean, technically you can do, oh, let's get rid of Earth Spikes and let's get rid of Northern Winds, so it's only lightning-based damage coming out. And that'd be a 16% chance right away there. So you technically could just do lightning, or you could just do cold, or you could just do Earth Spikes. It's possible. This is companions. This is, yeah. So these trees, this really helps lightning. This really helps the earth. This really helps the cold. And then these other trees kind of just do their own little thing that I've been talking about doing, which is good. Maelstroms, we're still going for that, and then this one going for that. It sucks that I don't have the other two slots that I can talk about more. I don't know what's in them. What I could talk about is Fury Leap here. There's increased area effect, which goes in the lightning drop down. Increased damage per point, critical strike. Oh, what's cool here is if kills with the lightning have a 30% chance to reduce the Fury Leap. That's pretty cool, because you could just jump on someone, reset the cooldown, and then jump again. It has a 5-second cooldown on the leap cooldown, but it has a base cooldown of 7 seconds. So as you leap, it goes on cooldown immediately, I believe, right? Let's see. Yeah, so it immediately goes on cooldown. If you're going for a far leap, by the time you land, it's already on a 5-second cooldown. So it kind of works out in the end, where you get a free shot every so often. Ice Thorns is cool for this build, but it can be free. If you're using a two-handed weapon, Ice Thorns can be free, and they're homing thorns that have a really good freeze rate. Or you could just do this tree here, which causes you to just do a AoE, a perfect circular AoE, because this gives you an extra projectile per point. This gives you 6 projectiles, but they don't home in any longer, and this just gives you another 6 thorns. So altogether, it's, what is this? It's 6, 12 plus another 2 here. It's 14 plus the default, I think, like 5 or so. Does it say how many? It doesn't say how many the base amount is, but I think at the base is like 5 or 6. So technically it's about 20. Yeah, if it's about 6, it's 6. It's 18 plus 2 is 20, and it's 20 thorns and a perfect 360 around your character. That's pretty good. There's also the thorn shield here, but that's pretty much it as far as the ice. It's more poison, bleed damage, and defensive in this area here. Automatically summon a totem when it kills something. That's pretty good. Another thing that's possible with this build is if you want less mana spending, you could do the wolf or the Sabertooth. Sabertooth does have a cold area right here. This is focusing on making the... Or is it cold or thunder? Cold damage. That makes sense. Sabertooth Tiger. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so this area over here makes the Sabertooth a cold-based. The wolf is thunder. Yeah. So the wolf over here, you can make a thunder-based. Oh, you can even do cold. Yeah, chance to chill and hit. And then an extra wolf. So you can do that. You can make, you have 2 wolves, and then they're both cold based, or both thunder based, or whatever. Or I guess you technically could do cold and thunder based if you have enough points to spec over here and over here. So there's a few other options that are just there to have. The Thorn Totem, I think it might actually have something. Let's see. More of that. Some Thorn Totems. Recovery speed. Thorn Totems is a freeze rate, which means converts all poison chance to chill chance. So So this, you can turn the the Thorn Totems into a Ice Totem, which would actually be ideal for a Shaman here. Master of the Wilds, Beasts, and wait, what? It's a very odd description. Master of the Wilds and the Beasts that dwell within. I guess that's one way to word Shaman. Oh, wait. It says it for all of them. Never mind. Okay. But yeah, because this is very totem, as you can see. It is heavily based on totems, based on the mastery. But I'm only going to worry about having 1 totem, and I'm really curious to what Storm Totem can do. But the only way to get there is to get a mastery in it. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a mastery, unlock the mastery just yet for this episode. But the next episode, I can guarantee I'll have it unlocked before then. That's nice. I'm really getting the procs of that now. I was not paying attention. I don't think I have seen the explosion just yet. I'm trying to pay attention to see if the explosion goes off. Oops. But I don't know what it looks like, so I'm not entirely sure if I'll see it or not. Or if it'll just be just a random conglomerate of effects. Yeah, this will just. What's really cool about this build is that there's a lot of, like I said, AOE damage and a lot of different procs of damage. So like you have the proc from the Maelstrom, then your melee attack from Tempest Strike, then the Tornado, then the Tornado's thunder damage. When we have the Storm Totem, that's going to be coming out. There's going to be a lot of different sources of damage, and it's going to be kind of similar to my Beastmaster build, where it's just like all the pets just on top of things, just doing, tons of damage. This is going to be the same thing, but I have to actually go out of my way to make it happen. So it's a little more interactive than just, oh, I have a pet, and they just run around, kill things in front of me. But as I was saying, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. The ability, with all these different procs of damage, it's really nice just to have, because, I'm sorry. I'm just dumb. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I know what I want to say. With all those different procs of damage, it really increases the kill potential from just having you sit there and being one source of damage. Like certain builds where they have it. Oh, they might Sabertooth go out and kill something and die? That's really nice. Yeah, there he is, just dead. So yeah, I'm sorry. All those different sources of damage, and coming out of nowhere, just it helps you really kill something faster than just having one source of damage and a bunch of support spells. Again, it is very... Wow, this hurts, dude. What are you doing to me? It is very mana costly, but... Alright, so new skill. What do we unlock? Oh, Thicker Blades, okay. Which again doesn't have another mastery, which sucks. I really wanted this to work in a druid build I was planned. Alright, so there we go. Boom. So now next skill, I'll be able to get the Hurricane. Which is funny, Because when I was originally planning this build, I called it the Hurricane build, and then I realized, wait a minute, I'm not really doing much related to a hurricane. So I just was completely scratched the idea and decided to call it Father Nature, which it's funny now that there's a hurricane node right here. Which I guess you could do a tornado-based build and call it the hurricane build, but wouldn't it be just a tornado build? I don't know. Oh, and it's a good point. Okay, cool. So we're going to delve right back into that with more mana efficiency. Beautiful. And that's more attunement. So we're looking at 13 attunement. That's a lot. And then we're going to have another 10 out of nowhere. Actually, it's just out of nowhere, but it's just a free 10. It's going to be crazy. Okay, so the boss for this area is right up ahead. Yeah, this guy is painful. He has that ability right there. Oh, I'm curious. He himself has a tornado, it looks like. And then there's a big ring you gotta watch out for. It should be coming up right about... No. Yeah, so it's really good against this guy because of all the... yeah. From all the attunement I have, all that elemental protections, it really helps with all this damage he's doing. I actually could probably stand here. Oh, shoot. No! Oh. I just barely survived. That ability is deadly. I think I only survived because of all my elemental projection. My God. Protections! Oh, get me out. So that was really cool. The tornado was pulling him one direction and helped me run away in another direction, which that's really cool. That you can use that to your advantage if someone has an aura ability. Try to get away from them faster by pulling them away with tornado. That's a good thing to think about. All right, so he's done. How close to tornadoes are we? Ooh, really close. That was a lot of experience for that. Yeah. Okay, so let's just exit out of this area. There we go. And return to where I was. So that was one of those time rift things that the game has implemented recently. Just a random little like side bonus area for if you're just roaming around. Return to the Chronomancer. So Shadowed Valley. Chronomancer is here. Okay, and how much more experience now? Oh, pff, pathetic. Okay. Alright, so I think we'll end it here. Now that I've talked about and mentioned how the Father Nature build will work. Once I get the mastery done and have all these abilities unlocked, I'll put up part 2. And hopefully you guys can enjoy that. Or, sorry, hopefully you guys can look forward to that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys later on.